That's when I start feeling like we're not compatible outside of this experiment.
Adrian, right now, Athena's opening her heart and sharing some stuff that must be pretty hard to talk about. I'm starting to understand how you might feel that Adrian's not listening to you.
I was listening.
What do you think that makes her feel when you do that?
Unseen. Issues with Adrian?
I feel like sometimes when I address problems or issues, you shut me down, say things that you're unhappy with. I feel like I don't have a voice anymore. And
I just want to explain me one thing that I've done.
You said just
about how we are not compatible. Why would I do any of these things now? Why would I want to show up?
Adrian, what you're doing there is the problem. And I'm going to call you on it about her feelings, and you come in hard and you shut it down. But you shut people down if they bring up an issue.
No. In this past week, no. But you're only telling one part of this story. Now everyone should hear both sides of the story. So then it's like...
Adrian brings up a problem, and you push back and shut down. I'm telling you right now that you have to win every argument.
I don't.
This is what moment do you want to be in a relationship with Athena?
Of course I do.
And I'm going to say I think I do.
Oh boy, another week, another day, another problem. You know, I feel like with Athena, deep down, her heart tells her that this isn't going to work. You know, logic is telling her that this isn't going to work because he's not giving her what she desires the most. And that's the reassurance that he's going to be okay being a stepfather to her child. And until he gives her that, she's not going to be happy. Never going to be happy. You know, this man could literally, you know, he could literally fly to the moon and back. He could bring the moon back with him, you know, to Australia. But if he doesn't give her that reassurance that she needs when it comes to the fact that he's going to be okay with being a father to her kid, nothing's ever going to be enough. Which is fine because she's entitled to want what she needs. And what she needs is a man that's going to be happy to step in and support her with her child as well as their own children that they have in the future as well. Which is fine, you know, and that's something that any single parent would want, you know, from anyone who they decide to bring into their lives, you know? But hey ho, let's get into it.
Because it was at our apartment when you're watching the footage. I thought I had told you that night that we had shared some stuff.
Tell me what?
I told you about the conversation Adrian and I had had.
Yeah, but
like
what was it about? I don't know what this past comment is. I don't know what you're on about. You've shared more with him than you have me.
I literally had told you this.
Sarah, I swear on my little life, you have not mentioned anything about it.
Sarah was moving wild. The way she was sitting there saying, yeah, but we've had this conversation, I've told you this. It's crazy work because it's clear that she hasn't told Billy a single goddamn thing about her having a conversation with Adrian about how she is, you know, about her own past. The fact that she tried to, you know, divert it that way or whatever is such a cop-out.
And she felt the same. So...
We're not?
Yeah. Oh.
With you and nobody else in the group. What I wrote in that letter, in Confessions Week, I broke down that night, revisited something I thought I put away. That was a lot for me, and you know it was. That was a pretty big thing that I did. And the fact that it doesn't feel reciprocated, coming off that, but you come with someone else.
Is nothing but nasty work. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, if I was in Billy's position right now, I would be feeling like absolute shite. You know, I would not feel wanted. I would not feel respected. I would feel as if I'm not good enough. I don't know if I'd be able to continue in that relationship moving forward, to be honest with you, because the fact that you find out that she opened up to another person, not even just another person, but another guy in the house, and it wasn't you, even though you had written a letter, you broke down, all that kind of stuff. But this is the problem, though. Some people can't handle that. Some people find that quite intimidating. You know, some people find it intimidating when somebody else has the ability to open up, break down, and be vulnerable in front of them because they can't do it. Because you see, for them, they find it easy to do it to somebody who isn't going to be vulnerable, someone who isn't going to, you know, do what Billy did. And that's the thing. So she could easily close up because her emotional intelligence isn't at the stage where it needs to be at. You know, it's at the stage where she would rather open up to somebody who she thinks can't, or someone who she doesn't care can judge her because she's not emotionally close to that person. Okay? You know, and also if that person's closed off, it gives her more of a comfortability to be open. But if somebody's completely open, it's something that can definitely make someone be scared because in their mind, they're like, well, if this person can be this open about X, Y, Z, if I tell them about what happened to me or whatever, they're really going to understand certain things. And I don't know if I want them to understand certain things, because therefore they may be in a position where they may end up actually judging me. That's how some people's minds work.
I feel blindsided too, though. That he opened up too, which he didn't open up during our confessions week to me.
Honestly, that was nasty work. And this is something that Athena's going to obviously carry even more with her and be like, hold on a minute. So this guy doesn't even allow me to feel seen or heard, but yet he'll happily go tell someone else something that I want him to tell me. I mean, listen, you know, she was going to open up, but she had written up a whole long letter and everything, but because he hadn't, she didn't bother. Well, unlike Billy, at least she didn't waste giving away her tears. But boy, that is nasty work from both Sierra and Adrian.
Opened up so easily with someone else. That's a big F you to the face.
Same.
Really upset that night.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm sorry.
What about me?
Struggling to do that so much. I just don't want him to be put off offering them damaged goods. I think that's probably a big thing.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because she feels like she may be damaged goods or whatnot, being open to someone that she may actually want to be with, or somebody that's openly that's the ability to open up, she fears that that person, you know, may do this and that. I mean, listen, there's clearly a trauma behind it. She's more comfortable telling somebody who she isn't dating, somebody who doesn't care to judge her because there isn't a future with that person. But when it comes to having a future with someone, she's protective of trying to make that future kind of go forward. But then the problem is that when she's trying to be protective about it by withholding information, what she's actually doing is stopping herself from fully falling for that person. So it's like she's doing a few things at once. You know, one of those things is holding back, so therefore holding back from being truthful, which therefore hold her back from actually being dedicated, being committed to that relationship. But then also on top of that, not willing to be open, and then that person feels less wanted and whatnot. It's a calamity.
That's pretty harsh.
Tony, why do you think you need Tony time?
I am.
Is that an excuse? That
Really,
sounds
it's
like
just
it's
how
just how I am.
No, but that's just how I am. I'll sweep everything under the table.
This needs to be Tony 2.0. Because if you always do what you've always done...
It's not going to work, you know.
The breakdown.
I think probably 50-50, man.
So he's 80% the problem, and you're 20%. Just so I'm clear.
Yeah.
And is what?
Talking. Being open.
How might you talk? Think about it.
Well, I'm passionate.
Some might say passionate, others might say abrasive.
Okay.
When you're getting things off your chest.
Well, hand actions.
What?
I don't know. I talk with my hands.
One of the things that I've noticed is that when you want to get things off your chest, you point. And you get very much in someone's face. Has anyone ever told you that?
No, I didn't even actually realise I did that.
This is why we're here. It's going to be difficult to listen to. How does that land for you?
Well, clearly I didn't realise my gestures with my hands were so strong.
Ina's intensity in her communication style is too much for you.
It is, yeah. At times it is, yeah. Sometimes I just feel like just packing up and getting out of here.
Tony, and Morena. I'm happy that they called her out on this. You know, really happy that they called her out on this. But the fact that she had the audacity to say that it is 80% Tony and 20% her is crazy work. It just shows you how much she does not hold herself accountable for anything, which is not a good look in any shape or form. I really hope that, you know, she's able to do better within this following week itself in particular, you know, moving forward. But I guess we have to wait and see. But yeah, Tony obviously needs to stop having Tony time. He needs to obviously actually, you know, try harder to be in this relationship if he wants it to work, rather than running away with every single time he gets, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I understand it hasn't been easy for him, but hey, no relationship is meant to be easy, especially with a stranger. So let's just bear that in mind, you know what I mean? Tony definitely needs to pull up his socks. And Morena, hopefully she's taking everything aboard and on board, and hopefully we will see actions from herself, because I worry that she's going to be expecting actions from him more than we're expecting actions from herself. But I guess we have to wait and see. With that being said, though, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.